Fat Guy Friday. Weight Loss Secrets of a Former Fatty by Craig Beck. This book reflects the personal experience of the author. It is not intended as a substitute for professional assistance, but describes instead a program to be undertaken only under the supervision of a medical doctor or other qualified healthcare professional. The preceding is copyright Craig Beck Media, a trading division of Viral Success Limited, 2003 to 2011. Introduction. If you're already familiar with my other books on personal success and development, you will already know that one of the very best and, at the same time, worst aspects of my life is the amount of time I spend in the air aboard long-haul flights. I love that I get to experience the variety and contrasts of other cultures around the world. I adore escaping the appalling weather we have become used to in the United Kingdom. And I even, get this, I even enjoy airline food. There, I've said it. I do a lot of my writing at 30,000 feet, mainly because the constraints of the aircraft cabin force me to sit still for tortuous periods of time, and writing occupies my overactive imagination. I do believe that when I sit down to write, the information that flows forth is not simply the creation of my own imagination. I firmly believe that the universe has to accept its own share of the responsibility. Concepts and ideas come to me in a perfectly logical order from somewhere beyond my own intelligence and education. If you've read any of my books on the law of subconscious attraction, you'll know that I preach 100% responsibility for everything in your life. And I really do mean total responsibility for all the good, and of course with that comes all the bad as well. You are 100% responsible. Everything in your life is there because you subconsciously asked the universe to place it there, to deliver it to you. And by the way, this includes your current unhappiness with your weight, but I will explain more about that in detail later in the book. The laws of attraction are unbreakable, and they are perfect. Everything that arrives into your life, even the traumatic stuff, is exactly as it was intended to be. There has never, ever been a mistake, and there never will be. I don't believe that it's a coincidence that every time I sit down to write in a public environment, something will happen to illustrate the point of the book that I am writing at the time. In my book, Alcohol Lied to Me, which has already helped thousands of people around the world escape the trap of alcohol addiction, you'll read about my friend, the airline stewardess, who couldn't understand why I didn't want the free booze she was offering to sneak me when nobody was looking. As I sat there writing about how alcohol is nothing more than attractively packaged poison that has managed to convince more than 80% of the Western world that it is somehow of a benefit, this member of the cabin crew unwittingly tried her best to get me to accept the free drinks her position enabled her to do. I couldn't believe how that event so clearly demonstrated the collectively endorsed delusion of alcohol that most of us still subscribe to. Now, you might think that I brought that story up just to shamelessly plug my audiobook, Alcohol Lied to Me. And if you drink, let me tell you, you should most certainly read it, because it will open your eyes to the reality that only 20% of the world are aware of. But seriously, I really mention it because as I sit here at 37,000 feet over mainland Turkey on a Monarch Airlines flight to Manchester, England, it's happened again. The universe has put on a little show for me, as if to demonstrate in undeniable clarity the importance of the message in this book. Normally, I will book upgraded seats with extra legroom and space to work. Unfortunately, on this occasion, I left it too late, and when it came to book, the only ticket I could get was a mid-row economy seat. Now look, hey, I'm no snob. It doesn't bother me, usually, to fly cattle class. As long as I can pull out the laptop and get some words down, I am happy. I was the third person on this aircraft tonight, and I quickly stowed my case in the overhead bin to clear the aisle for the other boarding passengers. I made myself comfortable in 10B aboard the Airbus 300. Seat A has the window, and 10C has the aisle next to me. It's not ideal, and I won't lie to you, I've been saying a little prayer that the two people who board next and sit next to me are a very slight frame indeed. I watched over 150 passengers walk through the main door of the aircraft, and I was starting to get excited. Nobody had thus far sat next to me. Dare I dream that I was going to get an entire row to myself? The only thing containing my giddiness was an underlying niggle about why, if the other seats were unassigned, why would I be made to sit mid-row? But things were looking promising. 3 minutes until the scheduled departure time flashed up on my watch, and I would officially be in business class heaven